Bobby Phillips, 90.5 WASU and App Weekly News. So after today's game, y'all are on the road for about 2.5 weeks and dive back into Sunbelt play. What's the mindset going into those games?
I think we just have to adjust back to playing conference games. I mean, obviously today meant a lot because it was a game, but we are in conference season right now, so that's what really means the most. So we just have to learn to bounce back and get back in the gym. I mean, we have a big game coming up next week, so we just have to kind of put this one behind us and move on.
To any of you, Bob Dillner, AWN, App Weekly News, I guess what was the difference today that you felt on the court between the two teams?
I think there were too many stretches of during the game of us just not playing together and being ourselves. We're really good at assisting the ball, and we only had 13 assists today. So, I think that's like 4 below average. But I think a lot of times our offense just got stagnant. And I think Northern Illinois, I think they kept moving, and, they shared the ball really well. So we just got to get back to doing us.
Jamani, what do you learn from a game like this that's going to help you and this entire team as you go back into, as Emily said, Sunbelt play?
Yeah, as a team, I just feel like we got to, put plays together defensively and just know how to come out half to half, honestly, and play to play. And even when we're not making shots, just kind of buckle down and kind of just get gritty and figure out how to get stops.
Any further questions? All right, thank you.
Yeah, kind of an interesting matchup. Coming into the game, both Northern Illinois and us came off of really big wins in the middle of the week, and it was going to be interesting to see which team was able to kind of handle that big win and decide that's the team that they wanted to be. And I think Northern Illinois played great Wednesday. We played great Wednesday. They showed up and did it again, and unfortunately, we just did not. I think they've got a great basketball team. I think they're starting to figure things out at the right time. And, for us, we've got to decide which team we want to be. Do we want to be the team that shares the ball and takes really good shots and has a good field goal percentage and stays connected on defense and communicates, or do we want to play kind of isolated? We know what team is going to show up and be successful, and you saw it in that stretch. I loved that stretch of minutes where we fought our way back. I told him in the timeout, we've not been in this situation before. After the game, let's talk about this is the new adversity that we overcame, and I think we cut it to 4. And then, Northern Illinois had a response almost every single time, and hats off to them.
We'll open it for questions.
Bobby Phillips, 90.5 WASU and App Weekly News. So after this game, y'all go on the road. Y'all jump back into Sunbelt play, but specifically, you face a big conference opponent in JMU on Wednesday. What are just some of the big adjustments the team needs to make going into that game?
Well, I think it's a nice game to kind of work on some post defense and a big interior game, because that's what James Madison. They've got good guard play, and they've got great inside play and length on the inside. And I think for us, we've got to figure out how to score against teams that kind of pack the gaps. I think we've figured out as a team, when teams kind of deny us and switch out, how we're able to play behind the defense. And so I'm glad we have 2 days of prep, because James Madison is going to do exactly that.
Bob Dillner, AWN, App TV, Alaura, what does a game like this do? Obviously, it was kind of a weird game right in the middle of Sunbelt play with a MAC Sunbelt Challenge. But can it help your team become better? And if so, how so, going back into Sunbelt play?
Well, I think any opportunity you have to tip it up, that's exciting, and you want to compete with a competitive spirit. A game like this is good for you win. It helps your net ranking. It helps the conference net ranking. That's why we play this right here. Unfortunately, we didn't help ourselves with that. But win, lose, or draw, we still have 6 games left. And so as long as we have games to play in front of us, I've said this before, we'll continue to take the same approach. I mean, it's an opportunity to learn and grow and figure out how can we be a little bit better when teams have length on the interior, and, how can we find the next layer of someone's defense? I thought we got really stagnant. We would have one action, one pass, and then it's almost like we were just isolating. And I'll be curious to see when we cut the film to see what our shot selection really looked like. It felt like we were taking a lot of hard shots, and our field goal percentage shows that.
But do you think, we saw the mood of the players, and we've seen how they've bounced back to adversity, and this is one of those games, it's a little bit of adversity. Do you think, not that you're going to want to lose any game, but with what you know about your team, do you know how hard they're going to dig after this and try to reverse whatever they had here today?
Yeah, our team is going to respond. We have enough competitors and good players sitting over there that they will come back together. I think any doubt I had that they would come back and respond was taken out on Wednesday. I mean, I think losing at home after kind of being on a run, that not taking the wind out of our sails, and we go on the road and play ULM, who played one of the best games that they've played of the season, and we still found a way to win. But we just got to decide who we want to be down the stretch. I trust our team. We're old. We're wise. I think we want the right things. I do trust that we'll respond the right way.
Thank you.
Any further questions? Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks for being here.